Welcome, friends. Welcome to Pratham. This is Boost Your Vocabulary session number 31. So today we are going to learn few more words. Let's move on. The first word for today is aberration. That means a departure from what is normal, usual, or expected. Typically, an unwelcome one. So I repeat, something which is not normal, a departure from what is normal, usual, or expected. It's a noun, and the sentence that we can use is, they describe the outbreak of violence in the area as an aberration. Or the second sentence can be, for her, such a low grade on an exam was an aberration. I repeat the sentence for you, and remember its meaning. It means a departure from what is normal, usual, or expected, typically an unwelcome one. So the sentence is, they describe the outbreak of violence in the area as an aberration. For her, such a low grade on an exam was an aberration. And remember, it's a noun. Let's move on. The next word is negatory. Okay, the meaning of it is something which is of no value or importance. So negatory is something which is of no value or importance. Remember, it's an adjective. The sentence that we can use is, most of the criticism of the film in the weeks since its release has been negatory nonsense. I repeat, most of the criticism of the film in the weeks since its release has been negatory nonsense. Another sentence can be, the law was unenforced and thus rendered negatory. That is, of no importance or of no value. Negatory is an adjective. Let's move on. Leviathan. You must have heard of it. Yes, it's a totalitarian state having a vast bureaucracy. Or another meaning can be something large or formidable, very large. Usually a large sea animal can be known as Leviathan. So, a totalitarian state having a vast bureaucracy, or something large or formidable, or a large sea animal. And remember, Leviathan is a noun. The sentence that we can use is, the factory is a towering Leviathan in the middle of the town. The second sentence can be, a Leviathan of the seas, that cruise ship is said to be the largest passenger vessel afloat. That means very big, very huge. So it's Leviathan. Something large or formidable. And remember, it's a noun. I repeat the sentence for you. The factory is a towering Leviathan in the middle of the town. The second sentence can be, a Leviathan of the seas, that cruise ship is said to be the largest passenger vessel afloat. Let's move on and check the next word. Embezzlement. What do you mean by embezzlement? Well, it's a theft. It's a misappropriation of funds placed in one's trust or belonging to one's employer. So if your employer has told you that you have to take care of the company's funds, and if you are doing misappropriation of funds, or you are acting as a thief, so that means embezzlement. It's a noun. Sentence, Simon is arrested for embezzlement of funds from his own company. That means he misappropriated the funds in his own company. In Hindi, we call it a gapla, right? So Simon is arrested for embezzlement. That is misappropriation of funds from his own company. And remember, it's a noun. Moving on. Egregious. Okay. The meaning is outstandingly bad or shocking. So something which is outstandingly bad, something which is quite shocking, is egregious. And it's an adjective. The sentence can be an egregious example of political bias or an egregious abuse of copyright. So something has been outstandingly bad, that's egregious. Pertinaceous. Now, what is pertinacious? Well, it's an adjective, and the meaning is holding firmly to an opinion or a course of action. Another meaning can be adhering resolutely to an opinion, purpose, or design. That means when you hold firmly to an opinion or course of action, that is pertinacious. Okay, it's an adjective. Sentence can be, he worked with a pertinacious resistance to interruptions. That means anything can happen. He's the one who keeps on working and he's ready to achieve his goal. So a pertinacious salesman who would simply not take no for an answer. He's quite adamant, right? So pertinacious means holding firmly to an opinion or course of action. Whatever you're doing, keep on doing it, adhering resolutely to an opinion, purpose, or design. Sentences: he worked with a pertinacious resistance to interruptions. Or a pertinacious salesman who would simply not take no for an answer. And it's an adjective. Moving on. The next is vicissitude. Okay. Now, what is a vicissitude? The meaning is a change of circumstances or fortune, typically one that is unwelcome or unpleasant. And remember, it's a noun. It's a noun. A change of circumstances or fortune. The sentence can be, her husband's sharp vicissitudes of fortune. Or people who pay attention to the vicissitudes of Tesla CEO, Elon Musk, know that the man is not always serious on Twitter. And it's a noun. Let's move on. Compendium. What do you mean by compendium? Well, it's a noun. And the meaning is a brief summary of a larger work or a field of knowledge. So a collection of concise but detailed information about a particular subject, especially in a book or other publication. So it's a brief summary of a larger work. It's a collection of concise but detailed information about a particular subject. And remember, it's a noun. It's a noun. Compendium. An invaluable compendium of useful information about language. Another sentence can be, he published a compendium of folk tales. So an invaluable compendium of useful information about language, or he published a compendium of folk tales can be the sentence for this word. The next word is a vituperation. Okay. A sustained and bitter railing and condemnation. Bitter and abusive language. So vituperation is nothing but a bitter and abusive language. So sustained and bitter railing and condemnation. It's a noun. The sentence is, no one else attracted such vituperation from him. Voters are tired of all the vituperation in this campaign. So we have seen, in the Indian elections, how the political, the netas, what kind of language do they speak? So the bitter and abusive language. So that's vituperation. No one else attracted such vituperation from him. Another sentence can be again, voters are tired of all the vituperation in this campaign. Let's check the next word. Obstreperous. Obstreperous is unruly, aggressive noisiness, stubbornly resistant to control. Someone who is quite unruly. We have seen, children or the crowd, unruly children. That's obstreperous. It's an adjective. A room full of obstreperous children, okay, or an obstreperous crowd protesting the government's immigration policy. So an obstreperous crowd protesting the government's immigration policy. A room full of obstreperous children. So aggressive, noisiness, stubborn, or stubbornly resistant to control. So obstreperous is an adjective. That's all, folks. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Keep on learning and make yourself and your parents proud. Have a nice day. Good night. Bye-bye.